Well, you can take the coin pusher away from Sherry, but you can't take Sherry away from the coin pusher. She's decided wants to build a structure right now.
Well,
and
I had told coin pusher man said he didn't know how to do a bridge. And I said, well, I did a video of one of our live streams. Oh, this
You got
is
15 folks on stream right now.
This is going to be a problem. Somewhere I did do a live stream where I showed how to do a short bridge, but I can't find it. And so I wanted to just do a short span right now.
I want to put CreepyBot on.
Okay, do a short span so then we could point Coin Pusher Man. Hey, Coin Pusher Man.
End of this live stream.
Yeah. Skip through all the gory story stuff.
Walter Rossi says, still here, thumbs up.
Paul Abrams says, yes, I want to. Ryan L says, this is cool.
Yeah.
So you got folks to talk to.
Okay.
And CreepyBot's here.
CreepyBot's here. Oh, CreepyBot. I notice it's sloppy. I try to do it kind of neat, but it's pretty sloppy. I'll straighten it up after it gets a little bit taller. I'm just kind of a sloppy builder.
You kind of have to hold your left hand where it is, even though it blocks the camera. That's just where you need to hold it.
I'm trying to move it then. Ah. Now, these are sticks. These are Tinker Toy sticks.
Right here.
But you could use a pencil. I don't see why you couldn't use a pencil. I haven't actually tried it, but I don't see why you couldn't. It's about the same size.
And
look what I
you
do.
prefer building towers with center support while you build them.
Well, it helps it to stay tidier.
Yes, and you can walk away.
Because if it's too not tidy, it just all collapses on you. And notice I was able to just squeeze it all together. It's not perfect, but you know what? We live in an imperfect world.
Is Sherry's
So we just build a couple of towers. Doop, doop, doop. Notice I generally put George face up, so they're all kind of locking the same direction. Because if you put George's face and George's face against each other, it's super slippery. You don't want that. But I do like George to be face down on the bottom to make it slide across the playfield.
says, always wondered how these were constructed.
Yep, this is how you do it. And it's just one by one. And it actually, you'd think, wow, this takes a long time. It's not so bad.
Don't forget Garrity TV as well.
Oh yeah, Garrity TV. If you want to see someone who really can do a coinstruction, Garrity TV is the best coinstruction on YouTube. You will not find anyone who builds better than Garrity TV, so check him out.
We might build more frequent, but he builds perfection.
He builds perfection. But I've got a dead hand. I'm going to give myself a handicap. I've got this hand is no feeling. So I can't even describe to you how I do it because I can't feel that hand. That's why if you notice on my arm, there's scars all over my arm where I've burned myself and cut myself because I can't feel it. It's not on the other arm. It's just that arm. I can't feel it. And I'll hear it sizzle, or I'll just suddenly look down and there's blood, and it's like, oh man, I did it again. But if I can do it with no feeling in my hand, anybody can do this. You just have to have enough quarters. And some of our structures, like that giant wall, was it like $700 or something? It was just crazy a number of quarters. John's still tidying up from the game we did just a bit ago. So the tools that you need are Tinker Toys or pencils for your center support just while you're doing it. Sometimes you find yourself having to make a fine adjustment with a pair of tweezers. Like one of these quarters down here will be where you don't want it and you can't quite get it where you need it. So a pair of tweezers comes in handy. And I have a ruler, let's see, a ruler with a level on it that I use to make sure that my two towers are the same height. That's not showing, is it? But that, you'll see it later when I get to it. Because if they're not the same height, it doesn't really work when you try and build the bridge.
Getting them to the same height is kind of...
That's the secret. The secret is make sure that your tires are the same height. Now, when you get here, it's like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4 quarters need to be supporting. So I'll slide this out here. That's going to be a support later. You'll see. You'll see what I'm talking about. But when the further apart that they get, the scarier, the more of a challenge it becomes to make the bridge. It becomes quite a challenge. There's one, I think it was the flea circus. If you look at that, that's like 8 or 10 quarters span. And I have not been able to do that again. And I don't know why. But that one time, Jiminy Christmas, I got a really long span. But you start out, when you're learning how to do it, just make them like 1 quarter apart, 2 quarters apart, maybe 3 quarters apart. And just as you do it more and more, you can make a wider and wider span. But that one, if you go and check out the flea circus video, John, do you know what number that was?
I don't.
That one was the longest span that I've done. And it was crazy. It was literally like 8 or 10 quarters. And it was just nerve-wracking. Absolutely nerve-wracking to do. But it's fun. It's like a fun challenge, you know? You know what? I'm going to change this out for a longer step. See how shaky my hands are? This hand, my non-working right hand. And that's my dominant hand, doggone it. And you just keep doing it. It's just, I'll put some music on and listen to that. Or listen to a podcast or something. And the time actually goes by pretty quickly.
All right, Sherry, when you're done, all you have to do is come over here and click End Stream.
Are you leaving me?
Well, I don't have to.
Don't leave me.
Okay.
Is CreepyBot working? Did everybody leave?
Yeah, chat's kind of quiet right now. You've heard
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Last comment was from Ryan L. saying, always wondered how these were constructed.
Well, you can totally do this, Ryan. It's an investment in quarters.
Poker Rossi says, John can sing for you, Sherry.
Oh dear.
The problem that I run into is I'll get carried away and I'll make a really big structure, and then suddenly we don't have enough quarters to play the game. But we have added so many quarters. We have so much ammunition now.
Amy Morris says, still here, eh?
I didn't hear.
Amy Morris says, I'm still here, eh?
Oh, okay.
Almost talking Igpay Attenlay, Amy Morris, eh?
Oh, gosh.
Amy A. Oris May. I'm a.
Please
Still stay.
don't. You'll give me a headache.
I'm
Here
still
he is.
hanging around.
Alvin A. Arnhem Bay.
So, let's see if I can
Alvin
do this
Barnum
without knocking
says,
it down.
no pig.
Yeah, please no pig.
Okay.
That's really annoying.
Brian says many years of being an auto mechanic has left me with some grip issues and feeling in my hands at times.
And it's so frustrating, isn't it? But I don't know. When you want to do something, you find a way to do it. Like playing ukulele. I can't feel to play ukulele either. That's why I tend to play really loud. If I don't swing my arm hard enough, I miss the strings. So I just swing at it like I'm trying to hit a home run. And really, a normal
G.
person would be
Rankin
bunting.
says, I'm glad to see how you do those towers.
Well, we're just going to do some short ones. Because this is just as an example how to do it. And it's, you know, something to
Ryan
do.
L. says, yeah, probably carpal tunnel for me.
Yeah. Well, I've got a neuropathy that I'm not even sure why I have it. But who knows? Maybe someday it'll go away, or maybe someday it'll get exponentially worse. But in the meantime, you know, whatever it takes, you do what you want to do as long as you can do it, right?
That's all you can do.
This is all you can do. Do the best you can. Like, I'm sure I could do a tidier job than I do. And sometimes I get frustrated because I'm kind of obsessive compulsive and I like things to be perfect. And the stuff I do is not perfect. But you know what? We're just going to knock it down anyway. So, what the heck? Oh, darn shaky hand. Now I got to start watching and make sure that I get them the same height. Getting there. So this one, I'm going to slide it out part ways because that's going to be a support of the bridge. After I figure out. No, we're not there yet. Getting there. And it's tedious. We were trying to make a machine at one point to do this. I'll tell you, if anybody can come up with one, it'd be a fun toy. A machine that just builds the towers, just, you know. We took a pineapple core and we tried, we filled it up with quarters and just twisted it. And it did kind of try to do it, but not stable enough. Okay, we're level. It wasn't a steady enough thing to actually use it for anything, but it was a starting point. But if somebody wants to do it and patent it, you could probably sell it as a cool toy or something.
Paul Abrams says, John and Cherie, you had chuckling.
Wow. Let's see.
And Sherry, when you start the tower, the tower on your right, they can see the coins very well vertically. So
I have no idea what you mean.
that's okay.
Oh, I know it's kind of boring.
Brian L. says, there is a coin pusher machine that builds towers in the game.
Yeah.
I think it is Angry Bird Coin Pusher.
Yeah, we've seen those. There are a few of them that actually build them in the machine, but that's a big expensive
They
thing.
build bottom up.
Yeah, they build bottom up. For somebody like a kid that wanted to build something out of quarters at home, that it wouldn't be feasible. but just like a handheld toy type thing. Somebody could really do something with that. And I know I'd buy one. Man, it would make this a lot quicker to do. Now see, I'm going to slide a quarter in there and a quarter in there, but I need to get some weight built up above. If I just try to set a quarter on there, it's just going to fall. So I got to build this up a little bit more. Now see what happens here when I try to push quarters in. Sometimes those quarters that are my supports will slide in where I don't want them, and that's where I have to resort to tweezers sometimes to pull it back out where it belongs, to save me from having to knock down a couple of layers and do them over. That's no fun. This is going to be a really short, sad little bridge, but it will demonstrate what I want to demonstrate. Let me find some of my most worn out quarters because they're a little thinner. And this is a structure where microns matter. So I slide that in. I slide that in, and sure enough, one of my quarters door, I didn't want it. And you notice that is a span. And now it's just a matter of making it thicker. Ta-da! And that's it. If I want to put them a little bit closer together to make it stronger, I'll just go like that. Cheat a little bit. But that's it. And then you can make it as tall as you want, of course. Just building up layer by layer by layer.
Ryan L. says, aha, neat.
Yeah, that's it. Anybody can do it. It's a little tedious, and you're just sitting here and dropping quarters for a long time. But it's a thing. And there aren't really books out there on how to do this or anything. You just got to figure it out as you go. And it actually, the thicker you make it, the more weight that's on here, the stronger it is. It can get pretty darn strong. I mean, surprisingly strong. And I have actually, multiple times, we have built another tower on the bridge, which is an interesting thing. It's just a challenge. And most people who are just watching casually aren't going to appreciate the engineering that goes into some of it. Sometimes I'll build something and I'll say, how in the world did I do that? Because it'll be really strong. Surprisingly strong. Okay, John, how thick should I make my span, or just call it? Because that's it. That's how you do it. That's how you build a span. It doesn't matter if you're just doing it that wide. See, that's just 2 quarters apart. Or if you're doing it 8 quarters apart, it's the same principle. You just slide these quarters, you just slide the quarters in between these things and build off. That's it. I mean, you know, you just keep going, just keep going. So there's one, and if you had 2 of them there, you can put another one out. And then so if you want it to be 5 quarters apart, you have to make sure that you have 5 slots available to slide quarters into. You know, however wide your span is, that's how many high it has to be over here to do it, to interlock them. And they just act as their own clip. And that's how you do co-instruction. So especially Coin Pusher Man, I want you to give this a try. I've been grooving on that you're doing structures. I like that just because, I really groove on structures. And it's a challenge. It does take some time, but it's fun. And I'll tell you, it's so fun to knock them down.
Says, the spiral towers, are they easy?
Spiral towers are not easy. They're difficult. And also, if you want to cheat and make a tower faster, doing the stacks of $1 that's a way faster way to build a big tower. But then you can't doing a span becomes very difficult if you do it, that way. But doing spirals, check out Garrity TV. He does beautiful spirals. My hand is too unsteady. And in fact, right now I got to call it a night because my hand is kind of not gripping. But that's how you do it. Doing the stacks of 4 is the same as doing singles. It's actually a stronger tower if you do individual quarters. It's faster to do it if you do it stacks of dollars. That's it. And you can totally build another tower right on top of that span. We've done it. We've done it multiple times. The shorter spans are easier.
Good night, Sherry.
Yeah, I got to call it a night. My hand's done. But that's how you build a span. So go break open your piggy banks and give it a try. But this is it's got to be $100 worth of quarters there.
Gene Rankin says, get some rest.
Yep.
I keep telling her.
Well, I wanted to do that because I was looking for that.
Gene Rankin says, thanks.
Yeah, I told Coin Pusher Man that I had a video somewhere of me doing it so he could see how to do it, and then I couldn't find it. So that
Ryan
video
L.
is
says, thanks y'all.
Yeah.
Very cool. Always wanting to learn. Good night,
Yeah.
you too.
Good night.
All right, good night, guys. We're actually signing off this time.
Says, night prayers.
I think we're signing off. Good night.
Good night. For real.
For real this time. Real. Right, Sherry?
Parker Rossi
Yeah, because
says,
I gotta go read
good
my
night, John.
George Harrison Ukulele magazine. Came today. They've got some awesomeness in here. We have to show you the
Gene
awesomeness.
Rankin says, bye.
We gotta see the awesomeness.
She's
Amy
got some
Morris
awesomeness
says,
she wants to
good
share.
night, everyone.
A Beatles ukulele. It's a pink plastic Beatles ukulele. I went and I looked on eBay, and there's one that's like $500. So I won't be getting that. But, dang, that would be fun.
I found her chairs. Good night.
Poker Rossi says, good night, everyone.
Good night. Thanks for hanging out.